Hello there, darlings. Welcome to the Clockwork Cabaret. This is the last episode before the ladies go off on their summer holiday. I tried to get them to make it permanent, but they are relentless and a lot stronger than they look. And now, on with the show.
Sound of the cuckoo, you know that it is time for the Clockwork Cabaret. Hooray! I am Emmett Davenport.
And I am Lady Attercop. And what is this tone we're doing?
I was trying to be theatrical.
Sounds like we're strangling a clown and trying to get people to look away while we commit murder.
Yes, you picked up the nuance just right. That is exactly what I was going for.
No, I like to strangle a clown in broad daylight, look everyone in the eyes, and dare them to say something. That's the energy I bring to clown strangling.
Oh, excellent. So, well, this is our final episode of this season before we go off on our summer break, and I just wanted it to be magical.
I shouldn't laugh. That was not a mirth laugh.
No, that was a, I don't know, like, you were plotting my murder in the basement.
No, that was not, okay, so like, I'll let you in on the subtleties of that laugh. It wasn't a mirth laugh, and it wasn't a murder laugh.
Okay.
It was an irony laugh.
Oh, okay.
Because normally during this time, we do things. We go out, we go to Dragon Con, sometimes
we have adventures.
We take a break, we regenerate, we refresh, we do stuff.
Yes. Sometimes we go a wandering.
Yeah. We take dumb videos in our backyards and
we go see movies.
Looking for Bigfoot.
We do all sorts of things.
And this year there's a pandemic.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So my holiday plans are hang out in my house.
Continue to be in my house forever. Everybody keeps saying, "How was your birthday?" I was like, "Great, I didn't do anything." It blended into all the other days of the mind-numbing mundanity of our day-to-day existence. Except that I had nachos.
Oh, well, see, that's good. Nachos.
Yeah.
Nachos make everything better.
Everybody's like, "Do you have 4th of July plans?" No, because I don't want to die or accidentally infect someone else with a deadly disease.
For 4th of July, I just plan on setting something on fire. What is it going to be? I don't know.
Maybe a police station.
Random. It's going to be random.
Destination right now.
I'm gonna roll a dice. I'm gonna pick 6 things, and then I'm gonna roll a dice, and whatever number it lands on, that's what I'm setting on fire.
I have a pink bullhorn.
Who knows what it's gonna be?
Just bought C batteries for it.
Oh, ooh. I'm very excited. Very excited about this.
Yeah, we got a little too. I'm gonna drive past your house and be like, "Emmett, how are you doing?"
It'll be great.
It's me.
And then I'll roller skate to catch up. I'll just hang out on the back of your car.
It'll be fine. Also, I cannot promise that I will also not have a pair of dish gloves. And will not try to get random people at red lights to reenact scenes from Better Off Dead.
I was just gonna ask. The
second I said dish gloves.
Yes, I just immediately had that vision of the racing scene.
What is great about Better Off Dead is it was for a brief period when we were growing up. One of my brothers, who is the youngest of my brothers, that he really liked that movie. So whenever we were out and about driving around the wilds of the swamp, and we would both be at a red light somewhere, if we made eye contact, he had a dedicated pair of dish gloves that he would pull out from under the seat and then pull on
Oh, this is
very
beautiful.
dramatically and be like, "It's a beautiful day for a race."
That is beautiful.
Then one of us would yell $2.
Yes.
And when the light turned green, neither of us would go very fast because we both drove very old cars.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That did not have air conditioning, which is why the windows were down and we could yell at each other.
Oh, no, but still. No, I mean, I used to, we had some very old bikes at my dad's house when I would visit, and my stepbrother and I would go out and bike around, and sometimes we would be yelling at, "I want my $2" at each other.
He once leaped onto the hood of my car and started pounding out of the darkness. I was leaving my parents' house, and he came running, leaped onto the hood of my car, and started pounding, going, $2. I mean, you gotta respect that kind of dedication to the bit.
It's true. It's true. It's a good one.
He kept dish gloves in his car. He also kept road cones that he had stolen in his car.
That's
so that if he was at a red light with someone he knew and they were behind him, he would get out of his car, pop his trunk, and put the road cones in front of their car.
That is also where I got my love of saying mercy buckets and silver plate. Silver plate and mercy buckets came from that very old, very 80s John Cusack movie.
If you don't know what we're talking about, Better Off Dead is a 1980s John Cusack flick. Is it a what's it?
I think it's a John Hughes movie.
John Hughes movie, yeah. So 16 Candles. It's in the same vein of 16 Candles and all those other John Hughes movies, but more wacky, shenanigans kind of comedy. There's a lot of racism in it.
Yes, there is. There's definitely, it is very dated and has some very problematic elements to it that as an adult rewatching it, it's very much like, ooh, this is...
Nope, those aren't funny. Fast forward those parts.
Yes. Because there is... Yeah, there is a lot of...
Better yet, find a clips version on YouTube and just watch the good parts.
I actually... One of the parts that I really loved is that the mother buys her and the father these horrible matching reindeer jackets, but they're made from, which isn't real, but aardvark fur, and so they're really hot and sweaty, and they're both having to wear them at one point. They're both wearing them for the holidays.
Yes.
At one point, and she is apparently a terrible cook and makes
food. There's some solid stuff.
There's
there.
Definitely
you just
some
have
funny.
To fast forward through all the racism.
Yeah, but there's some stop motion animation and a very heavy love of Van Halen. So I mean, if you like Van Halen, probably right up your alley.
And it is a shame when someone throws away a perfectly good white boy.
Yes.
We're just saying.
Oh no, I do love that scene too. There's a lot of good, funny bits.
As I say, there's some good bits. There's a lot of problematic, but there's some good bits.
There's also I also really like that scene where he's up on the hill and his friend Booger is explaining
pretending
to him
uncut cocaine.
Yes, well,
Booger from Revenge of the Nerds, which is another movie that does not hold up.
No. But Armstrong, Curtis Armstrong is the actor. He's been in a bunch of things since then, and he so you'll totally recognize him as a young man. But there's a scene where he's like, "Well, what am I supposed to do? And he's like, "Okay, what I want you to do is I want you to put your skis and point them down this hill, and then push off, and then go down the hill really fast. That's how you ski."
It's good advice.
And he's point them down and just go. And the whole thing. So stupid.
Also, don't watch Revenge of the Nerds.
Oh, God, no. Please don't.
No, I'm just thinking about that movie. I'm like, yeah, no, there are charming redeeming bits to
Yeah.
Better
no.
Off Dead. There aren't to Revenge of the Nerds.
No, there is not. There is not.
No, just thinking about it. Nope, nothing good in there.
Yeah, no.
This dovetails nicely into what we were talking about before about like, hey, creators of things that we love, could you just stop being terrible?
Yeah, please. Every week. Every week I find some new thing that I used to like that is now problematic. I just want to like stuff. Could I just
I will say this. That means things are changing. That means certain behaviors are no longer acceptable and will no longer be tolerated or swept under the rugs. But yeah, if you're a fan of certain kinds of things, comics, card games, cartoons,
role-playing games, movies,
lawyers that defend those people.
all of these things.
It's been a rough week.
Yeah. Also,
and especially if you are a person that has survived that kind of thing, it's been a rough week. So,
yeah, no, it's definitely. Which is why, for this episode, as our last episode of the season, I have made the executive decision to.
You say that like I wasn't enthusiastically involved.
I know. I basically said, "Hey, can we do show tunes?" And you went, "Yes, of course."
Yes.
Why not? So I'm taking the blame.
You don't have to take the blame.
But you also did it too. But so I will state that please forgive me, because some of these songs are from really old musicals, and I actually had to remove some of the ones that I re-listened to and then went, nope, that's not good.
No.
Nope, not gonna do that. 7 Brides for 7 Brothers is out. Sorry, I love it. I loved it as a kid. It was great. It's very problematic now. Bye, see ya. I was gonna play a song from West Side Story, but then the song I picked was like, yeah, nope, not gonna do this one, so you're out. I also looked at a couple, I think there was a song from Oklahoma or Carousel or
I'm sure
Showboat
there was Oklahoma,
or something. There was
Carousel, Chicago, Rocky Horror
Showboat.
Picture Show. There's a bunch.
Yes, but I listened to a bunch and then went, ooh, nope. I've read The Room, and I think this is not an appropriate one. But I'm stating this as that if I missed something and I picked something that isn't good and that is offensive or dated, I apologize, because I did try and cherry pick some of them. And
I will we will reiterate what we were kind of talking about before we started the recording.
yes.
It's okay if you still love stuff that was made either by problematic people or has problematic content in it. It's okay. Things speak to you for a reason. They become a part of your psyche and soul and how you relate to the world for a reason. And as long as you examine that and make sure that the things that you are responding to aren't crappy or, furthering gross stereotypes or sexism or transphobia, then that's fine. We all kind of absorb social media without, or not social media, or popular media without kind of thinking about it too hard. And then when we go back and look at it, we go, oh, no, that's not good. It just means you're growing as a person and that you are learning and trying to do better. And it's okay if you still love some problematic stuff. Harry Potter is always going to have a little special place in my heart because my little sister was coming of age when those books were coming out, and I was the one that would drive her to the midnight bookstore openings as a young adult, and she was a little kid, and that was a great experience for us. Like, I loved that with her. J.K. Rowling's a TERF, and she sucks. So, hey, and there's some real crappy themes in that book. But that doesn't negate the nice experiences I have. And sometimes and musicals were written by old white men.
A lot of them. I tried to get a diverse selection, but it is a little.
Yeah.
It's a little tricky. It's a little tricky.
Yeah, it's a media that has been dominated by old white men for a very long time.
Yeah.
I blew Mr. Ducky's brains this week when I revealed to him that Andrew Lloyd Webber is not gay. I said, "Oh no, he's straight. He wrote Phantom of the Opera for his at the time girlfriend." He went, "Wait, that man did? Wait, he dated a lady?" I was like, "Yeah, no,
Yeah, no,
it's true."
Leonard Bernstein, married.
Yeah. People contain multitudes, A and B. Yeah, most of the media we have consumed has come from a very specific portion of the population. You're not bad for finding solace in that, but let's hopefully going forward that just means we have a wider variety of voices to choose from.
And that's what hopefully we try and do here. And with that,
stop by our dimly lit and unexplainably damp bookstore to peruse and purchase our seething collection of hideous books on any number of uncomfortable topics, to include The Organ Slapper's Field Guide, Neighbor Spotting, A Picture Book of Unfortunate Clowns, Hobo Tagging, The Lady's Way to Choke Things, and How to Make a Dog Vomit, Part the First. Shank Street, Unpleasant Used and Rare Books. You know you at least want to look.
what, I don't know what that is.
I don't have any words for that.
Okay.
I just sing. It's the end of the show now. We're gonna go to summer break, yeah. We're gonna stay in our houses, cause that's a responsible thing to do. Wearing a mask no matter what we do. Socially distancing from you, cause we wanna keep you safe. There were jazz hands.
There
that
were.
The
There was.
listeners can't hear.
I feel like we missed out.
But I hope that they could sense them.
Yes. Yeah. And definitely, while we are gone and away on our holiday, that's not a holiday.
By holiday, we mean we're gonna stay in our house and pickle some things, maybe make beer wine and or cheese if you're Emmett.
Yeah, I'm pickling so many things. I mean, I'm also pickled, but
yeah,
I'm pickling myself, but I've also been pickling other things.
The only thing I've been pickling is my liver.
Yeah, so
I have not. Don't worry, I'm not drinking more than normal. I'm staying safe.
I don't know if I can say that.
I turned 43 and pinched a nerve in my hip and couldn't walk for a day.
I know, it was very funny.
Yeah, in my sleep. I went to bed perfectly fine, woke up in pain.
I'm sorry. I shouldn't laugh. But
if I drink a little too much, that's my whole next day.
Yeah, no, that is... Welcome to the 40s.
Yeah, so, I'm not being irresponsible with alcohol just because my body's like, no.
No, I get it, because honestly, as a 45-year-old woman, if I drink too much, I sleep too soundly, which means I stay in the same position for far too long, which means I wake up with some inexplicable pain or ache or weird thing.
I wake up with a headache.
Yeah, and a headache.
And nauseous, and that is my whole day until 5 or 6 o'clock at night.
Yeah, so no.
And it's not even like I have to drink, I can't drink a 24 pack of beer. It's like I have a third drink instead of a second drink, and then my body's like, you fool!
Yeah. No, it's true. That is the only thing that I actually honestly miss from being in my 20s. That's it. That's all. I don't miss anything else. I don't miss anything else about being in my 20s, except for the fact that I could consume a random assortment of alcohol in any order that I wanted to.
Mhm.
And also stay up until inexplicable o'clock and
Yeah.
and then
Be fine.
be fine the next day. That is the
Yeah.
only thing I miss.
Yeah, I mean, speaking as a longtime insomniac, I used to regularly get 2 hours of sleep and go to work, function as an adult. And it wasn't until I was on day 3 or 4 that I really started to, fall apart. Now, if I get 4 hours of sleep, I want to die.
Yeah, no, getting old.
I want someone to shoot me in the head and put me out of my misery like old Yeller.
Yeah, no, getting old is a weird
It's a weird thing.
thing. It's a weird thing. I feel like if I could have the wisdom that I have now,
Oh, yeah.
but in the don't even need a 20-year-old body. 30-year-old.
30s.
If I get 30, if I could be 30 again with the wisdom that I have now, that would be ideal.
Hey, if you're in your 30s, you got it.
Yeah, no.
Your brain isn't as crazy. Your body is still good.
Yeah.
Live it up.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as you safely and can responsibly do
during a pandemic.
During a pandemic. But I will also say this. Hey, getting older, it's not so bad. Like, yeah, your body starts to... You hurt yourself in your sleep. That's a thing that happens now. But... Hey, I'm a lot more even keel.
Oh yeah.
Got a lot more. I've got experience points in the bank. Like I'm continuing to learn. I'm continuing to evolve. I'm continuing to veer radically to the left.
Oh yeah. No.
Despite what everyone from my age group told me. So there's something to look forward to if you're younger than 40.
Well, it's not even
welcome to your eventual radicalization.
Well, it's not even people our age that told me that stuff. I was told by people who were older than me.
Yeah, I was routinely told that by like mainly the generation before me.
Yes.
You're all like, liberal now, but wait till you get to be older and then you're gonna figure out how the real world works. And speaking as Emmett and I are both in that demographic of older and now know how the real world works, it stinks, burn it down.
Yeah, no, I think I've become more radical, and I was already pretty radical as I grew up with hippies.
Oh, no, yeah, no, I'm way more liberal than I was as a teenager.
And also, I'm a lot more likely to set fire to something now, I feel like, because
yes. Oh no, as a younger person, I was all like, hey, violence always isn't the answer. Can't we talk about this?
Yeah, well, and maybe
some non-violent ways to address our concerns. And now I'm like, set that target on fire.
Well, and maybe it's because I have grown comfortable in my white privilege. But I will definitely set some stuff on fire for people. Like I will do it for other people if they need me to.
We will not, and we actually would never encourage anyone to take Martin Luther King's words to heart. That riots are the voice of a class that has been suppressed and has no other outlet. We would never say that in a public forum.
Oh no. Would we?
That someone could listen to and hold against us in the future.
In a court of law.
Yep. Nope. We believe
I don't
that
own any
people
matches.
should sign petitions. Nope.
Petitions are terrible.
Emmett. We believe people should sign petitions, Emmett.
They should.
We legally believe.
Okay. All right, fine.
Betty Sackface has advised us that we should legally advise people to sign petitions.
Okay, for legal reasons, I agree that you should sign petitions and use
definitely not go out into the streets and protest. Definitely not get a hot pink bullhorn and yell at racists. Definitely not.
No, that would be terrible. That would be
something we would never do.
no, we would never do that, and we would never encourage other people to do that.
We
Because
would certainly not remind them
because-
to wear masks, socially distance where able, and self-isolate for 14 days after any potential protests that they're totally not going to.
I would like to also say, don't get your pictures taken while you're not at those things. Also,
definitely don't turn off all your data. Definitely don't take screenshots of any photos that you want to save instead of uploading the actual photos, therefore scrubbing the metadata. And definitely don't download any of those programs that help you, make doubly sure that the metadata is gone.
Also, don't give people fake
definitely
names.
don't do that. Definitely
I mean,
don't.
I have a list of names
support.
that you could use as your aliases because those people are jerks.
And definitely don't, if you can't go out and protest because I don't know, like me, maybe you have a lung disorder. Just saying that, like, hey, $5 to $10 goes a long way if a lot of people donate that money. And actually, most grassroots organizations operate off of small increments of donations.
Yeah.
So even if all you have is $1, that I'm not saying that will really help, but that will really help.
Yeah, and with that also brings us to the fact that while all of this weird horribleness is going on, and we are on our summer break and not doing the show, if you donate to the show, we will greatly appreciate it. We use that money to help pay for all of the incidentals to run the show. But if you could donate to a bail fund or some other charitable organization that is helping everybody through all of this stuff, I would personally gratefully appreciate it, because while it helps us when you donate to the show, we'll be okay. We'll be okay.
Yeah.
We'll be okay. We watch each
And we
other's
have-
back. We take care of each other. We take care of our own. Like we will be all right. Make sure you help other people and make sure they're all right. I think that's the lesson that's one of the biggest lessons that I personally have learned through all of this, is that you know, keeping your community safe and healthy is the biggest part.
Mhm.
And that is the biggest help to everybody.
Yeah. Vote to reduce harm. Support community organization. Because I'm not gonna get way leftist on this, but I've gotten way leftist in this thing. And I'm just gonna say mutual support groups have been doing a lot, like God's work on the ground. And yeah, that's all I'm gonna say about it.
Yeah.
Like, definitely support, like, vote to reduce harm.
Yeah, and if
do what you can on a federal level, but also help your community.
yeah, and if while we are gone, if you want to follow us on social media, if you want to interact with us, you are more than welcome. We will still be around, because what else do we have to do? I mean, I've got other things to do, but I will probably try and DJ a little bit more during the summer, since we won't be doing the podcast. But if you want to follow us on social media, Lady Attercop is at Lady Attercop on Twitter and Instagram. I am at Emmett Davenport on Twitter and Mad Spinstress on Instagram. If you need to find any other information, you can go to our website at agonyauntstudios.com. Everything else is there. If you want to give us reviews on Apple Podcasts,
Here's a good thing. You don't have to give us monetary support.
Yeah.
You can help us by just simply giving us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts.
Yeah, or Stitcher, or wherever else you listen to podcasts. If you want to mention us to a friend, because you want to get more people involved in this ridiculous thing that we do, that is cool. And with that, I think it's time to wrap it up.
God, please.
And
we can continue to bloviate about the current affairs of things for hours.
Yes.
And believe us, we do before we start recording. We spare you.
Yes. And so with that, we are going to end the show with our favorite song to end the show.
We love it.
It's Nina Hagen, and let's call the whole thing off. And
Nina.
And everybody have a great summer. I know it's going to be tricky and hard, but we'll get through all of this. We'll see you in September. Remember, this is the Clockwork Cabaret. She is Lady Attercop.
And she is Emmett Davenport.
And it's not work we do.
It's love and revolution.
Attention, Sky Captains! Are you suffering from a particularly bad case of keratophobia?
He means a fear of lightning.
Have you been the unfortunate victim of multiple lightning strikes? Tired of buying new suits as the old reek of carbon and are singed beyond repair? Suffer and worry no longer, my dear sirs. With the recent invention of Dr. Luminasovich's patented Eucomian suits, you'll never again have to worry about being struck down by lightning. Light and comfortable and terribly easy to wear, Dr. Luminasovich's patented Eucomian suits are perfectly suited, if you'll pardon my pun, to a life in the skies. 110% guaranteed to prevent any and all human landfall of that most horrifying atmospheric discharge. And coming soon, top hat-mounted lightning rods.
Patent pending.